Hey guys, it's episode 116 of
Say what?
the Buko Boys.
With me, DVO.
And I'm Dale.
Welcome back.
What's up, y'all?
Get excited because the last couple episodes, we're talking about how hot it was. We had a little bit of a break. We got a little bit of some stormy weather.
It's like monsoon break. It's still hot and humid.
Yeah, but the wind makes it feel nice.
It feels good in the shade.
And I loved it.
It does feel good, though. It's like
we needed that break. It was getting really hot. It's going to get hot again soon, but I like this little break of a little bit of a rainstorm.
Yeah.
I liked it. I was like, oh, yes, thank you. I was cooking. My grass was cooking. Like, oh, my poor grass. Because my community is making us restrict our watering. I get it. I understand why. But it's killing my grass.
Yeah, it's gonna have to suffer. Sorry.
But you know what's also good during, like, when it's, like, a little bit chilly and a little cooler and windy and stormy, cloudy? You know what I like?
What?
Soul food.
Oh, hell yeah. I like it anytime.
I know, but I like it. I really like it then.
Like
We're going to talk about soul food a little at the end of the episode, people. Little tidbit for you at the end to stay tuned for. Anyway, as I'm driving around, I'm noticing. I was telling my wife about this. I'm noticing so many more people are on e-bikes. In fact, probably 9 out of 10 people on bikes I see lately are on e-bikes. Are you noticing this or just?
No, that's the new thing.
Why is it the new thing? Because they're lazy?
No, it's you can get further faster than a regular bike and avoid cars and gas prices.
Yeah, so I've been telling my wife about this. I went to one of these.
You get like 40 miles an hour.
Can you?
You can, yeah.
But you're also pedaling at the same time?
You can pedal and then have assist. Like it'll keep going. Like you get it going, and it helps. It helps push you.
So if you stop pedaling, you're going 40 miles, or that's with pedaling. You're
that's
going 40
with
miles.
pedaling.
Okay,
like pedaling your ass
quick,
off
so.
on a higher powered bike. Yeah,
that's pretty dope.
And
actually.
it goes quick. It helps. Like a lot of people have been doing it for mountain biking. A lot of people have been doing trails with these. It's helping them go up hills and everything.
Right, and I totally get that. And I would see elderly people get them. I get it, right? Because it was exercise for them, but maybe it was hard on their knees or hard on their cardio, and an e-bike would kind of help them to still exercise. So I was all about it, and I'm seeing it more. I was telling my wife about it. I went to one of those food truck roundup things. And a whole e-bike gang rolled up.
They take you for all your money? They take your milk money?
No, they're trying to take my corn dog money. I said, don't you dare take my corn dog. You
stood your ground?
Yes.
Good for you.
This is my corn dog money.
Good for you. Proud of you.
This is my overpriced corn dog. And I finally got one that was worth it. Commander Corn Dog, by the way, or Corn Dog Commander. Either way.
Yeah, Corn Dog Commander.
Corn Dog Commander. It was at a food truck rally. It was good.
There's going to be a face-off this week. Oh, this is going to be released after.
Yeah, this weekend there's a face-off. Yes.
Sorry, I won't even mention it. You're gonna miss it.
But like it was like I've seen families because they're pulling their little tykes in those little I don't know what you call those things.
Wagons.
You pull behind on bikes.
Oh, trailer like little.
Yeah, like little kid trailers. You pull like, and I get that too.
Child transporter.
Yeah. Anyway, I just saw a news article that e-bike sales are drastically up. They interviewed, it was a local news outlet, I want to say it was KUTV, and they interviewed an e-bike store owner, and they were like, we can barely keep these in stock. Like, they are just selling like crazy, because people, like you just mentioned, it's way better than getting gas or filling up your car, and especially if you don't work too far away, just take your e-bike down there, because you're not going to be over sweating, I'm guessing, right? I don't know I guess that's the big benefit because you get that assisted pedaling. So
yep.
Even after work, some people are like, "Well, taking my bike to work sounds good exercise. It's nice and cool in the morning, but after work, I'm too tired and I don't want to really take my bike. But now with this e-bike, it's just a lot easier."
Yeah,
I'm digging it.
A lot of people live closer to their work.
Yeah.
So, I think a lot of people downtown. That's kind of like the big thing because a lot of people downtown. I didn't know this, but a lot of these like big investment companies, Fidelity, Wells Fargo,
they're down there.
But they hire people from out of state, and they move here and don't have cars.
Got it.
And they live so close to their work that they don't even bother buying it. And they live so close to everything else, they don't buy a car.
So maybe they're taking public transportation.
Public or scooters. and maybe scooters are like, standing is such a chore. It'd be so convenient to sit sometimes.
And you just pull up to your work and lock it up, or take it in and charge it for the route home.
Some e-bikes fold, and some Tesla owners can fold them and keep them in their car. So when I don't do this because I don't go to superchargers all the time, but depending on where they live and they go to superchargers, they'll take their e-bike out and then go hit up places to eat while their car's charging.
Oh, that makes sense. I think it's pretty fascinating. I think it's kind of cool, these e-bikes. The more I look at them, like I said, as I'm out, and you guys pay attention too, like 9 out of 10 bikes that I'm seeing are e-bikes right now. You could tell because you see that big, I guess like a battery pack, like in the middle crossbar.
Yep.
So you kind of see it's more boxy looking because it's a battery.
And you can crank up how much assistance you want. Too.
That's what I noticed. I saw one at Dick's Sporting Goods. I went to get on it, and it was like a model, and you could tell a lot of people's been playing on it because it was really banged up. So I couldn't really play with it. It was pretty damaged from people playing with it. But
people always got to ruin everything.
I know, for everybody.
The worst.
But it seemed cool. I was like, this is pretty cool. I'm very interested. I don't know what the price tag is on these.
For a decent one,
like 800,
like 3500 to 55.
In my head, I was thinking like around 800, but okay, all right.
That's for a scooter.
Oof.
Now you're thinking scooter prices here, and one wheels. You're thinking one wheel prices.
I am thinking of scooter because I'm like, what if I get like a gout flare up and I can't go shopping? I can just get on these little electric scooters and
get a bike. Get a bike. Oh,
e-bikes. It's the future of biking.
Man, I would.
Or scooters, electric scooters.
I would get an e-bike, but I'm not riding I bought a little cruiser, and I thought I would ride it more.
Yes.
But I'm not riding it at all.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I got this bike thinking that, I'm going to take it out on nice days when it's nice weather, and I'm going to and enjoy it. And I did that when I first bought it years ago. And the last 2 years, I have not touched it.
I've been riding my motorcycle, and that's
good for me. You know why? Because it's motorized, and and you get around faster.
I feel like a man.
So that's why the e-bikes are such a big thing. You get around so much faster, and those things haul ass. I rode one, just to give it a shot, and holy shit, it hauls ass.
That's kind of cool.
It hauls ass, and I mean, that's where that price tag though, is it worth it to you?
And you've rented those scooters downtown, right?
Yeah, I've done those. Those hauls ass. Those will go like 25 miles an hour.
Yeah, and that's pretty fast.
That's scary without protection. Because I mean, you're cruising around without a helmet, and like our cousin broke his arm on it in Thai.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he broke his arm.
Oh, yeah, I do. Yes,
yeah, you remember now.
Yeah, I remember now.
So, and I've known other people that have hurt themselves on those. Yeah, those things, because they haul ass, and if you're not ready for it, and especially at night, and you don't see the bumps and obstacles in your way, and those front wheels hit it, you're toppled over. Going that fast, that's scary.
I got some in Atlanta, and I was leaving a convention, and me and a friend got on those, and we're hauling to our hotel. And it was my first time using those. And I didn't know you had to kind of kickstart it at first. I just just stood on and pushed, and I was like,
dude, just fall sideways.
I'm like, dude, I'm not that heavy, am I? I'm like, why is this not even moving? It's barely moving. And then we were kind of going up a little hill. I'm like, I got to try to help damn this scooter. So I tried to scoot myself, and then it took off. I'm like, oh, that's what it was. And then it hauled ass. I'm like, damn, this thing's pretty quick and fast. We got to our hotel so fast, and my friend was like, hey, let's just kind of play around on this for a little bit in the middle of the night here in Atlanta. I'm like, no, we should go in our hotel. No, it was his first time there. I'm like, no, we need to go inside of our hotel. We don't play around.
You don't do that at night here.
You don't be laughing like a goofy silly ass in Atlanta.
Yeah, get your ass back to the room.
We go upstairs.
You're grounded, mister. I did that in Austin, Texas, and I felt like I explored every part of that whole downtown.
Every crevice?
Every crevice on those damn scooters. I did like a whole day thing on those.
Just zipping around?
Just zipping around. It was fun. And then you can trade scooters when you're starting to die.
Okay.
You just drop it off and get a new one.
I know. I like it. I'm thinking about more of a scooter just to lug around.
They're more compact.
I'm going to Disneyland. Maybe I'll take it to Disneyland to get around Disneyland.
That'd be smart.
I wonder if you could do that. Could you bring in a scooter?
A Jazzy. You get front. I don't know if they still let you front line if you're handicapped. Because you go in there looking all handicapped like that, though,
Interesting.
you'll get right to the front.
I'll think about this. All right. Let's about some more, some local stories here. Black Rifle Coffee started here in Utah, Salt Lake, by veterans, for veterans. They just teamed up as a sponsor for the Dallas Cowboys.
That's pretty big.
America's team with America's coffee.
America's sweetheart.
Yes. But the Dallas Cowboys announced it on their Twitter, the partnership on the 4th of July. And I guess they're getting a lot of heat because that same day on the 4th of July, there was a mass shooting at a parade, right? At a 4th of July parade. Chicago, was it?
Yeah. No, in
Indiana?
In Highland Park. Shit, I can't
Illinois.
remember. Yeah, I think it was by Chicago. Yeah.
By Chicago. So in Illinois. So I guess they got a lot of heat about it. Not like the Dallas Cowboys had anything to do with it.
Right.
Like they couldn't really time their marketing based off of something they didn't know
something
about.
they didn't know was going to happen. That's stupid when people get upset about stuff like that.
But I know like Black Rifle Coffee's gotten under a lot of heat lately. I know Kyle Rittenhouse, whatever his name was, I know he was wearing a Black Rifle Coffee shirt.
Yeah, but they can't determine who's buying their stuff.
I know. I think people are trying to blame them. Like, oh, you were sponsoring Kyle. Like, no, we sell shirts.
Yeah, you can.
Anybody can buy our shirts.
Just a brand.
It's just we're just making money.
Yeah, finding a way to keep making money. Yeah, merchandise. Duh.
Have you been to Black Rifle Coffee?
I'm not a coffee drinker.
Well, they sell other things, but have you been in there?
No, I have not.
It's a pretty cool little atmosphere.
I know you've been there.
I've been there a couple times. I like it. I like their coffee.
I do live there.
I don't want to live there.
You keep talking about it like you want to live there.
But yeah, guess what they have? Shirts. You can buy shirts there and coffee.
I bet hats. I bet you can buy hats.
But I know like some people are so upset because some of their brands are AK-47 is a brand and Murdered Out is a brand of coffee blends. So I get why people are up in arms about it. It's kind of like when I heard about people up in arms about it, I thought I get it because of the whole debate about gun control.
Okay, people being stupid about being
offended.
Yeah, for no reason. The name of the company is called Black Rifle. Their whole shtick is guns and coffee.
Veterans.
Yeah.
And everything you buy from them, they donate. Everything they sell, a little piece goes for veterans and first responders.
I'm sure they're all like, they like guns. They probably have a hobby of shooting and stuff.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, of course. And so this is just something they're passionate about, and coffee and guns, and so they kind of just made their own thing and put it together. I could see that. Yeah. I don't see why anybody. So I can see why any of their flavors are going to have. They're going to go along with that, all of them. So I don't know why people act like that's a surprise for them.
I know it kind of reminds me of Chick-fil-A because of their Christian morals, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the founders, so they don't support certain ideologies, so people don't like them for that. So it's like, well, don't buy their chicken then. Like don't go buy their stuff. I get it. You don't like what they believe in, but you can't be mad at they're based in Georgia, so I'm sure they have some type of sponsorships with some of the sports team. I'm guessing. I don't know. But Home Depot and Chick-fil-A and Coca-Cola were all formed in Georgia. I bet some of them, I'm sure.
Religious.
Yeah, so, it's like, if you don't like what they stand behind, if you don't like veterans, then don't buy their coffee. Because that's what they stand behind. We're all about veteran support and first responders and their families.
Yeah, and they're selling merchandise and donating that money.
Right.
And so if anybody's going to buy it, so what?
Exactly.
I mean, you can't get mad at a brand because someone wore it. Just because you don't like the person that's wearing it, they didn't sponsor them. They just wore merchandise.
I know.
No, they can't control that.
It's kind of like Corona beer. We have nothing to do with the virus. Don't get mad at us.
People, their sales and their stock went down because of coronavirus. Like, people are that dumb.
Yeah, they had nothing to do with it. They're in Mexico.
It's people. It's people, and then yeah.
Yeah, so it was an interesting partnership.
What are they doing with the Dallas Cowboys? Like, they're going to be... Are they just going to
like if you go to an arena, there's sponsorships all over the place.
Oh, okay.
So they're just sponsoring the team.
Okay, so they're just going to have their logo inside the stadium.
Exactly. Yeah.
Gotcha.
if they sell coffee, it'll be Black Rifle coffee
Yeah.
instead of Folgers or whatever they were selling
Whatever
before.
coffee they're selling in the stadium is going to be Black Rifle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so that's what the sponsorships do. You know, like I worked for, I was security guard for Fat Cats. They do a lot of things at the Vivint Arena. So you'll see their logo pop up, you know, but it's not like they're like, I don't know, in cahoots with the Utah Jazz. And if the Utah Jazz do trade Donovan Mitchell, there talks about trades with Donovan Mitchell now. It's not Fat Cat's fault. Don't get if he's your favorite player and he gets traded, don't
Isn't
blame
there
Fat
like
Cats.
a cartoon movie where there's a villain is named Fat Cat or something?
Probably. It's a common name.
Yeah. Would people stop going to Fat Cats because a movie came out with some villain and cat named Fat Cat?
That's people's ideology, unfortunately.
What'd you call that place? Chubby Puss?
Chubby Pussy. That was an inside joke we had there. I forgot about that. That's awesome.
That's a good one.
Ready for more controversy, though? Dun, dun, dun.
What?
There's some cookie wars going on.
Oh, I heard about these cookie wars. Speaking of Chubby Puss.
Let's talk about cookies. Chubby Cookies. Oh, that's a good name.
Chubby Cookies.
I got ideas for a whole new
you're
brand.
You're just taking Chubby Bakers.
And Crumble at the same time.
Yeah, stop it.
I just took two brands and put it together as one. I'm going to get sued.
So yeah, there's lawsuits happening in the cookie world.
Yeah, Crumble Cookie is taking up arms with Crave and I just spaced the other name. The other place.
Shit.
You keep talking, I'll look it up.
Breaking news. Cookie wars happening.
Cookie wars.
So they're claiming that these two other cookie companies are plagiarizing their logo and their what else was it? Their advertisement or
their advertisement, their packaging, like a lot, like their stuff, like their social media posts, like that.
Yeah, their social media posts and their like flavor announcements are super similar.
Yeah,
I don't know this third company.
Dirty Dough.
Dirty Dough. I've never heard of them.
Me neither. I'm gonna look them. Let's see where they're at. But I guess the owners of these two companies, Crave and Dirty Dough, they applied to be franchisees. They were denied their franchise. I don't know why, but they were denied the franchise.
Well, there's certain. So when you try to apply for a franchise, there's certain criteria that you have to meet, and if you don't meet the criteria, you're not eligible to go get in on a franchise.
They do have some locations here. They have a few locations. I've never been to it. Interesting. They're mostly in Utah County, it seems like. Keep going, though.
But anyways, this other one you're talking about, this Dirty Dough.
Yeah.
I've never seen any of their stuff.
I'm going to try to find them right now.
So I wonder if these guys were in cahoots with each other, and they're like, all right, let's both just. They're probably like, let's not get in business together, but let's just both do the same thing. Let's just copy what Crumble's doing since they're not letting us in on it.
I don't see them on Instagram, huh? Interesting.
So no online presence.
Yeah, and I was looking at the Google Maps. I was just looking at, and there was no like pictures. So I don't know if they're opening new stores. I don't know if they're like new. I don't know. Interesting.
Maybe Crumble's trying to stop them before they start.
Oh, that's what. Okay,
they know what they're doing.
Yeah,
like we denied this guy, and he's trying to do some shit. We see it happening.
I mean, Crumble's got 500 stores now across the U.S.
They're getting huge.
Yeah.
A buddy of mine I went to high school with, he lives out in Florida, and he is opening up a ton of Crumbles out there in Florida.
Oh, interesting.
Him and his wife are just blowing it up with Crumbles out there.
And our family in San Diego, they said, they love going to Crumble down there that opened up. So it's pretty interesting. I follow the founder on social media. Kind of, some inspiring posts. I like to watch his posts. Now, looking at the stuff, and we posted about it this week. We posted about, do you think it's similar? It was an article, and it showed the Crumble logo and the Crave logo. And that's kind of what they're going after. Like, oh, you look like us. What did you think about the pictures? Do you remember them?
Yeah, I remember them. I don't think they look similar. I think they are. The way the style of the logo is kind of a similar look to the size and how they're just kind of keep it in a circle.
Yeah.
That part and kind of the color scheme is the same, but the actual logo itself is different.
Yeah, so Crumble's logo is a baker with a baker hat, and half of the hat is a cookie. Crave just says the word Crave and has 2 cookies. I don't see the similarities there.
I think it's just the color scheme and
the color scheme. Well,
just
Crumble's
black and white.
No, Crumble's is pink.
Well, okay,
and Crave's is black and gold.
Their away colors, their home colors are.
Well, I think that's just their social media logo.
Their home colors are black and white.
I think that's just their
away
social
colors
media.
are completely different.
I think their social media is icon. That's just their social media icon.
It's their packaging is where the colors are. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, that's completely different. I think it's completely different. I don't think. I don't think that's gonna stick.
I don't think so either. And I think Dirty Dough is something about their social media posts. But what do you think of...
That's flattery. That's flattery, and you should be like, yeah, bow down to your daddy.
You were denied. You're trying to copy me. You just won't be as good as me. I don't know.
And I would troll them on social media.
So Crave just posted something about their boxes being made, like how their boxes are made. And, it's a black box with gold font or logo on it. And I just kind of commented from the Buko Boys page... Such unique packaging with a winky emoji. That was kind of fun. They liked it.
Sick packaging, Crave. Is that what you said?
No, I said such unique packaging because that's what they're being sued about.
I would have said sick packaging, Crave.
Okay. So, what do you think? What do you think about Crumble doing this though?
I don't think it's necessary.
Right.
But it's maybe more of them going, you know what? Even if this lawsuit doesn't go anywhere, this is going to let the world know that we're their daddy.
We're the top cookie dogs.
Yeah, you wish you were us.
Because I see some people post, well, Chip should go after them because Chip was first.
Chip was first.
Yeah, I know. But they did not blow up like Crumble did.
No, Crumble taste. Haven't had Chip, and if I have, it wasn't anything that was like, it didn't linger with me.
We should do a Cookie War taste off.
Okay.
On this,
should we just do chocolate chips?
Yeah,
that's
just chocolate chip. We should
have done this a long time ago.
I think we've talked about it, we just never.
I think we have talked about it. It sounds very familiar.
But this story brought it up again. We should do like a blind taste test about these cookies places and see which one really we think is better.
Okay.
Like we'll just do like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever it is. We'll have someone not blindfolded, but not tell us what they are. Just here's the cookies. What do you guys think? Which is better? I think we should do that.
Yeah,
we'll solve this once and for all.
We'll put it into this.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a dick move because Crumble just a couple years ago was a small shop. They've boomed since then, but they were once a small shop a couple years ago, and to see, I'm happy for their success. I'm happy for their boom. I have no hatred towards that. But it's just like, well, you were in these people's spots just a couple years ago, and now you're trying to take them out. And there's room. There's room. All right, there is room for more than just one cookie brand.
Right, especially if they have that many locations now, and these guys are just kind of starting. Yeah, I don't think it's necessary.
It's kind of like the dirty soda war again. Who owns the dirty soda word?
I think that's been around. I think that word's just been around for decades, and nobody can say that.
Someone's claimed that they were the first. Two places or 2 or 3 places claimed that they were the first to do it.
You can talk to probably anybody in their 80s or 90s that can still make sentences, and they'll tell you they probably were calling it that when they were little lads.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I bet you they could. I bet you they were.
Because wasn't dirty soda just mixing of flavors?
Yeah, mixing a bunch of flavors together, putting your
it seems like it's more of a thing more recent. I don't think 90-year-olds were doing stuff like this, calling it dirty soda.
No, you tell the soda jerk at the old fountain.
How dare you call him names?
No, they were called soda jerks, and you tell them, "Hey, give me a dirty soda."
They would jerk that soda too,
and they would jerk it and hand it to you, and you'd like it.
But now you don't hear that word at all. No one says dirty soda anymore. But man, there's a lot of soda shops.
There's no more soda jerks. You know what? Those guys are soda jerks. the ones working inside the soda shops, they're soda jerks.
Are you gonna call it? Hey, thanks, soda jerk.
Hey, soda jerk. Yeah, when they on the drive-through. Well, hey, soda jerk, you there?
Not the same. Now they just go to a fountain.
Yeah, they're still jerking soda.
And cookies. And cookies. Another case right there.
This week I went to.
Well, real quick though, who do you think is the better one?
Crumble.
We'll find out in the blind taste test.
Okay. Do you have? Are you biased?
I might lean towards that. Pink company.
So I went to.
But I don't discriminate.
I won't. I'm gonna try them all happily. So I went to a thing that it's almost dying. It's almost dying.
What?
The drive-ins.
You went to a drive-in?
I went to the drive-in recently.
We have 2 strong ones here in Utah. I don't know how many are left in the U.S., but I'm going to look.
Yeah,
but
but I went to the one here in West Valley. I haven't been in years. And a buddy of mine, he was like, I want to go to the drive-in. I want to go see Top Gun. I want to go to the drive-in. I'm like, I'm all for it. Let's do this. So we went and saw Top Gun, and we got some chairs, and because we didn't want to sit in my bean bags together in the back of his truck. So we put lawn chairs back there. And and this was a good idea because I didn't think about this back in the day.
Okay.
We would, back in the day, you'd have your car running and you'd have the speakers going in the car. And it sounded shitty because the windows would be rolled down behind you and you would just hear everything coming from out the windows and it sounded weird.
Okay.
Because the audio wasn't coming at you.
Right.
So we brought a portable speaker and had that right in front of us so the sound's coming right at us. That was the best way to do it. Sitting in the back of the truck.
Instead of having your car speaker on?
Yes, we did not have the car speaker on. But finding a portable speaker that has an FM radio on it is the hard thing. So finding a way to get an FM...
And I haven't been to a drive-in.
Because you have to do the dial. You can't just do a digital FM. It has to be the dial. That's the tricky part.
I haven't been to a drive-in in 15 years or something like that.
Yeah.
It's been a super long time. It was back when I had my Xterra. If that tells you anything.
Right, yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's been a long, long time since I've been to a movie at the drive-in. I want to say the first Fast and Furious.
I couldn't even.
That's about the same time. And that was 20 years ago. 20.
Yeah. That's right.
20 years ago when the first Fast and Furious, because I remember watching it there on the hood of my car, and everybody that had just all the Civics that. Like every Civic in West Valley was there, revving their engine on the way out, just showing everybody how fast and furious they were. It was hyped.
I just looked. There's about 300 in the U.S. That's more than I thought. I thought
that's not a lot though. If you think about that, if you break that up into states, and you think about how big Texas is, I can see Texas having a lot because there's a lot of places that are like haven't caught up to the rest of the time.
Much open area for.
Yeah, they haven't got. They're probably still in the 60s while we're here in the decades in the future. But it was fun. It was pretty cool, the whole atmosphere of being in the drive-in, and it wasn't too hot. It was a good temperature. It was everything was nice.
I would
it was a bro date.
You guys held hands.
We rocked each other in our swinging hammock.
So I had my Xterra, and the back seat would fold down flat. That was how they built it. So we would stop, go grab like some food, bring it in. I had like some blankets, folded down, and we parked reverse so that the rear was facing the screen. Open up the hatch, and just lay down with a bunch of pillows and blankets, and just whatever we brought to eat.
And when you say we, you say me and you, right?
Yeah.
No, you know what? I take that back. I remember going to the drive-in. That was not the last time. Because when later on in life, I got these love sacks.
You still have them?
I still have them. They're right here.
I'm looking at them, and they're in the studio,
and
unused.
When I had
your dog uses it more.
When I had my my truck, I would throw these in the back of the truck.
Oh, with your kids?
Yeah, with the kids and my ex, and that was like perfect. Having two love sacks in there. You had one you could chill on, the other prop your legs up on, and you would just sink in there and just melt for the two movies. It was amazing. But yeah, I did that a few times when the kids were real little.
I like the idea of them, but the fact that I think about it, I haven't been in 20 years. It's like.
But no, for me, it's been about 15. Been about 15 for me, 20 for you. I can see that.
Yeah, I remember who I went to the movie
It
with.
was me.
That's right. In case my wife is listening, it was you.
It was me. It was comfortable.
Yes. It's
But-
lay down there.
But I did see Top Gun, and still not a fan of that Miles Teller.
You're not a fan?
Not a fan.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I don't know what it is, and his acting and everything.
I think it's his face.
I want to punch it.
I want to punch
He's
his
got
face.
one of those faces you just
Yeah.
want to punch. I'm not a violent person.
But when he talks, like,
You just wanna punch it.
Ooh, I want to punch you when you talk.
Yeah.
Like, you just standing there is fine. But when you start talking, I want to punch you for some reason.
Yeah,
That's the face he's got.
yeah.
And then he has a mustache in this movie.
Oh, it was the worst. It was hard looking at that, and then wearing the aviators on top of that.
I can see that.
Yeah, and it's like, knock it off.
That's probably the main reason why I don't watch
look.
the movie.
He does look like Goose. Like
Is
the
Goose the
similarities.
son?
Yeah, he's supposed to.
Spoiler alert.
Everybody knows this, but his call name is Rooster, also avian.
Foul. Another foul.
Right? It's a technical foul. But the movie itself, I don't see why everyone was saying it was like the greatest movie or was so great.
That's
it was
what people
good.
are saying.
It was good, but it wasn't like
It's not winning the Movie of the Year award.
no, not for me. I don't think it was that great where people are like, oh my god, I haven't been to the movies forever, and I saw that twice, and I don't know, people saying all these things about how like it's the perfect movie. I didn't see that. I thought it was okay. I was entertained, but I don't think. And then
What was that? Because there's always two movie features. What was the second movie?
it was just that one
Oh.
because it was kind of long.
Oh,
It's a
is
longer
it?
movie, and I think they might have played it twice back to back, or they just played it that once. But I
Okay.
just watched the once and was done.
I'll tell you what might win Movie of the Year.
Oh.
Thor: Love and Thunder.
Fuck yeah!
So we talked about we were gonna go watch it last week after the episode, and we did.
You sure shit did, and I was laughing my ass off the whole time.
Comedy. It was such good comedy relief with action.
Yeah, the director Taika
Waititi,
he's a genius. He's
Yeah,
funny as
he's
hell,
funny.
and like people are saying, "Oh, he made Thor a joke." He made Thor better.
Yeah, I thought so.
I think he made him way better because when in the second movie, it was like way serious, and I don't think it was a
Yeah.
good movie.
I didn't like the second movie.
No, it's very forgettable.
I
And so
I
when they
can't remember
reference things in that, I totally would not. I was forgetting
that.
stuff.
Like with one of the stones.
Yeah, just a lot of stuff about that. Like I was forgetting that happened in that second movie
Yes.
because I thought it was just kind of it was dumb. But the third one was
I
hilarious.
just-
The Ragnarok, hilarious.
Waititi's kids, Chris Hemsworth kids, and what's her name? Jane's name.
Oh, Natalie Portman.
I guess all three of their kids were in the movies.
Okay.
In fact, the opening scene with Christian Bale as Gore and his daughter, that's actually Chris Hemsworth's daughter, real daughter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so she's gonna be because. Oh. Am I gonna spoil things? You want me to spoil everything?
No, okay, all right. I know what you're saying now.
Yeah, Love and Thunder. Love
Yes,
and
yes,
Thunder.
yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Love and Thunder might not be who you think Love and Thunder are.
Right. So I don't want to spoil things,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's cool to know.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the future.
It was great. It was such great comic relief plus action. I think
I was catching so many little phrases like the comedy geniuses in here, like just throwing random things in the
Little
dialogue.
riffs,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's so fast, and they just keep carrying on with
because
things.
they're throwaway lines. They don't mean anything.
Right.
It's just for the comedy. But yeah, you're right because I don't think some people caught it.
Yeah. So there was times in the movie where I'm just going, ha,
A good one. Good
nice,
one.
white titty, nice one.
The other people in theater probably didn't catch it. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot. I felt like that happened a lot.
Me too. I'm like, oh.
No one else?
No,
You,
all
no
right.
one? You didn't get
Okay,
that?
all
Oh,
right.
me? Just me?
Guess
All
just
right.
the Buko boys got it.
High five, yeah. Good one, white TD.
It was so good. I like the whole relationship with Mjolnir and Stormbreaker with Thor.
Oh my god, it was a love story of his weapons. Like
Yes.
it was like a
Love
love
triangle.
triangle with Mjolnir and
His ex.
weapon. Oh man.
They've both moved on. Mjolnir's moved on to Jane, and Thor moved on to Stormbreaker.
Well, I like how this. So in this movie, this is not a spoiler really because it's known already that she's sick, and oh, it's so cool seeing how she becomes like the Thor and how beefed up she gets.
Thorina?
No, the mighty Thor. She's the mighty Thor.
Oh.
But seeing how she becomes that,
Is she the love or the thunder? You have to find out.
She's the thickness. She got thick, huh?
In a good way.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
Like she bulked up a little bit?
Yeah, like compared, when just her
Yeah.
normal size, just a normal petite size compared to the thickness.
I think she's a little haughty.
Yeah.
And it has not changed.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes that thickness gets hot. Yeah. Way to go. Way to bulk up for
One
that.
thing I could go without is the screaming goats.
It got too much. It got a little bit too much with the screaming goats.
Yeah.
But it did come in funny in times when it was overused and when they brought him in, but then when it would come back to that, it was just like ha ha.
Yeah, there was a third part I liked, like they crashed and they screamed. I'm like, all right, that makes sense.
See, that part's funny.
Yeah, that's because you crash, you scream a little bit. I get that. That's funny. But then when they just randomly screamed, I was like, yeah.
So the whole beginning
Eat
of the
them
movie,
already.
the whole beginning of the movie is like Korg telling a story about Thor and his adventures.
Yeah,
And
with Jane Fonda.
It's and well, no, that's the second part when he's telling those more stories later. But the first part,
See, that's another one of those throwaways that I don't think some people got. Thor
Right.
with Jane Fonda.
Yeah,
I mean,
and he
no-
did that a
no
couple
one-
more times. He did it a couple other
come on.
times too. It was
That's
great.
good.
And like just the whole Thor Adventures thing, that shit was hilarious. That was good stuff. And him doing the splits in the air and stopping those aliens. Oh man, I was
Yeah.
just laughing the whole time. There's just so much good parts. Like the
Yeah.
whole thing was just like a lot going on. But one thing I don't know. People like this part, and I didn't care for it too much. It was Russell Crowe's accent as Zeus. Russell Crowe's Zeus.
Yes.
And
Greek.
Yeah. And so he's doing this Greek accent.
Right.
And it sounds Russian to me.
It did. Yes.
And when I imagine Zeus, I don't imagine a pugly Russell Crowe.
Yeah, that's I kind of maybe get what they're getting. Like he's comfortable. He's kind of comfortable, right? That's why he's kind of out of shape, and he's just enjoying life.
Well, apparently he was not originally going to have that role. They were going to have him play Satan.
Okay.
And then it changed.
Russell Crowe, you
Yeah, Russell Crowe was going to play like a Satan or the devil or something. And it changed that to Zeus.
Okay.
Because I guess, when that plays the part of the after credit scenes. And so that makes sense why I think that's what made sense why they changed that.
Yeah, the accent kind of threw me off because you're right. It sounded more like Russian than Greek, but the fact that he was like overweight, it kind of was like, all right, are they trying to symbolize that he's too comfortable as the leader of the gods and he just kind of taking it easy, not really being.
But being a god, you shouldn't be able to, you should be able to stay ripped at all times.
Yeah, because when I think of Zeus, I think of like power, right? But that might be kind of where it's going because you kind of mentioned there's two post credit scenes and there's one of him speaking. To somebody, if you watch, you'll find out who he's speaking to. But he kind of seems like he's a little irritated with mankind, right? Like they're more interested in the superheroes than their gods, and how they used to be worshipped and looked up to, and now they look to the superheroes. So maybe that's like, maybe that's why you've let yourself go, and maybe you might bulk up and be like a badass Zeus upcoming later. That's kind of what I'm hoping for.
Are you just hinting to Russell Crowe to get in shape? He's a huge fan, so just call him out by name and tell him, "Hey, Russell Crowe,
But I'm
talking
saying,
to you, bud."
I think maybe that's where they're going with it. They're gonna get Russell Crowe in tip top shape and be a badass.
That would be cool to see him back in his
Yeah,
gladiator days.
like kind of how Thor got fat, and then they show him like getting back in shape. In this movie, they show like you can see
the transition.
You see, they have this transition of fat Thor, Lebowski Thor, into badass Thor, the superhero. Maybe Zeus will go through a transition like that too, and work with some of his family members. I won't say who, but some of his family members, and they're getting crazy shape and go kick ass. I don't know. I'm hoping.
They show us Thor's tattoos in this one.
Thor's got some tattoos.
They're good. They're good tattoos. But then it makes you wonder how they able to penetrate his skin with it to get the ink in there.
You said penetration.
Penetrate.
Yeah. During this scene, I don't know, but during this scene, when you see his tattoos, I didn't mind looking at Thor. I was like, oh, I kind of want a man
crush.
I want to go to the gym right now. You know, when I told my wife, I was
gave you motivation.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna start working out a little harder right now. I kind of got a little motivated.
You want those muscles on the side, huh?
I liked it.
Right above the hip. Yeah. I want those muscles.
So when I told my wife we're gonna go see the movie, she goes, "Who? With my boyfriend?" I said, "No, my boyfriend."
Sounds right. But you're both wrong. He's mine.
Good movie.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
I will definitely watch that one again.
Yes. So if you guys have seen it, let us know what you thought about it. Anyway, we talked about some soul food earlier.
Yeah, let's get to the food.
That's exactly what we had today. We've been wanting to go to Sauce Boss in Draper for a while. They have some crazy hours. I get the hours. I get it. They're usually open around like 3 or 4 in the afternoon till 9. So we were thought about going there today. We talked about I don't know. It's Friday. I don't want to wait till 3 or 4 o'clock. Found out they're open a little earlier on Fridays and Saturdays. They open at noon. I got there at 11:30 actually because I had to do some work. So I was kind of just working in the back of my mobile office. People were lining up. Not necessarily lining up, but they were already parked outside their cars waiting for the doors to open at noon. That's a good sign to me.
Yeah, that means you got fans.
Yeah, so I was like, that's a good sign. I'm looking forward to it. And tell us what you thought, brother. Like walking in, the ambiance, the atmosphere. So it wasn't what I was expecting at first.
I was thinking it was something smaller. I was thinking it was going to be smaller than that for some reason. I don't know why, but I don't know what it was, what I was imagining, or what pictures I saw. But for some reason, I thought it was a smaller place. But when we got there, it was bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Still not that big though.
Yeah, not a massive place, but it was bigger than what I thought. And
because there's only really probably 10 or 12 tables. It's not a huge place.
Yeah, and where it's located, you wouldn't think that there would be a restaurant.
Don't blink when you drive by.
Yeah, so it's in a place that you would think it's more for offices.
Yes.
So that was another thing.
And it might have been before.
It definitely could have been. But man, that food was good.
For some reason, with the name Sauce Boss, I was thinking barbecue.
I was thinking barbecue as well.
And different barbecue sauces. It's not. All right, so if that's what you're thinking when you hear the word Sauce Boss,
I was picturing a big thing of barbecue sauce in my head.
That's exactly what I was thinking. And I was expecting to smell like ribs cooking. It's not what you're going to get when you walk in there, which is fine. It's soul food. It's Southern Kitchen. So the whole name is Sauce Boss Southern Kitchen, or something like that. And it's soul food from the South. So we're talking black-eyed beans.
Black-eyed peas.
Black-eyed peas. As I was saying, I'm like, wait, this sounds wrong as I was saying it. Black-eyed peas, collard greens, candied yams, blackened corn, pork chops, fried chicken, po' boys. What am I missing? Stuff like that. It's going to be that Southern cooking, soul food type of food. That's what this place is. And we got entrees, which came with 2 sides and a slice of cornbread. And we got some drinks. So they make their own iced tea, sweetened tea, and lemonade in-house. And red drink, what they call red drink. You might know it as either Jamaica or hibiscus drink.
Yeah, that's that flower tea.
Yeah, it's that flower tea. And
they kind of add a little flavor to it.
They add their own little twist to it, like a little Southern twist to it. And my mother-in-law, who's Mexican, they drink Jamaica tea or Jamaica. Yeah, I guess it's called Jamaica. They just call it Jamaica. They drink it a lot. She makes it a lot. It's good. I like it. This version's a little different, maybe a little better. Sorry, Mom.
Is it sweeter?
It's a little sweeter. And it might just be the one. I've had some that are actually a little sweeter. Sometimes it is tea, right? Sometimes they have like a little bitterness to it. Mm-hmm. And it's coming from a flower. So,
yeah.
So sometimes they don't make it right. There's a little bit of a bitterness. But At Sauce Boss, it was good.
So
I got the fresh lemonade.
The in-house made lemonade with peach, and they do like seasonal fruits. And in my head, I was imagining, okay, this, depending on how it's made, this can go bad, either way too sweet, syrupy, or way too tart.
Yeah,
with the lemon. And this was perfectly balanced.
Yes,
I was very pleased with that. And that let me know that this chef has a distinguished palate. He was able to balance this perfectly.
Yes.
So I was happy with that.
What did you think about your food?
So I had the blackened pork chops, and I thought it was really good. And it came with like the house sauce, so the seasoning on it and everything was really good. And then I learned to dip just a small amount of sauce. Don't want to go too crazy with it.
It was a hot sauce.
It wasn't, not that it was too hot, but the sauce does overpower the flavor of the meat. So you do gotta just dab it. You gotta dab that sauce. Don't go too crazy. But I thought that was way good. Oh, but man, the cornbread.
Well, real quick before you go to that, you were talking about the sauce. We actually were served that sauce earlier.
Oh yes,
because they don't, go to like a Mexican restaurant, you get chips and salsa. They do cracklins in this house.
Yeah, they do pork skin cracklins with the sauce, and that is a good combo.
Yeah, it was good.
That is a good combo.
I've gotten like fried pork skins, but like spicy flavored.
Yeah, this one they put some season on it and then give you the sauce on the side. That was a cool touch. I like that. Yeah. I forgot about that.
Okay, go back to the cornbread.
That cornbread has like a honey glaze cooked onto it.
Yeah, I think it's like a maple honey or something.
It's cooked in a circle pan and cut into slices. Yeah. So everyone gets equal slices. And holy shit. Was that oh man, it was so good.
It was good. I'm still thinking about the candied yams we had.
I can't stop thinking about the candied yams. Those are so good. I was about to talk. The candied yams were they were cooked in vanilla.
And cinnamon. And kissed by Santa.
And Santa came by and blessed him with his Christmas.
I don't know why. It was a strong cinnamon in a good way. And so it just kind of reminded me of like the holidays, like November, December holidays. It just reminded me of that, and it's yams and it's cinnamon, and that's what it reminded me of. So I'm like, oh, it's like Tom the turkey from Thanksgiving and Santa and Chef Julius all came together and made this wonderful candied yams.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not like a big pork chop fan, and I did like these pork chops, but I think I liked your chicken better.
I had the fried chicken. That's what I had. So it's basically a big chicken breast. They fillet it.
They beat it up.
And they smash it down. And then they dip it in their wash. And then fry it. And bread it and fry it. I could see in the breading that there was I thought I saw some slices of bacon in there. Nice touch. It was delicious. Cool. It was moist.
But yeah. Those candied yams, oh boy,
that's something to talk about.
Yeah, I would go back just like on holidays. I want buckets of that, please. I'm gonna take it to the family.
I am not opposed to this one bit.
I'm gonna feed the family with this. Fill it up, please.
Yeah, bucket. The menu's simple. I like that. There's an entree section. There's a sides section.
The salads there. I saw somebody that got a salad that was massive.
Right. So, yeah. So it looked awesome.
There's a Squatch sighting.
There's a Squatch disappearing. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a Squatch appearance by Tim.
The Beaker.
The Beaker. The place was good. So the menu, simple menu. I like that. On the back of the menu, it actually talks about the founder of the company. His name is Julius Thomas. And he's from Chicago. Speaking of Chicago, in Illinois, he's from there. Traveled back and forth to Utah to visit family, but just kind of reading the back, just kind of seeing what he went through. So the founder, he went through.
Maybe we'll talk about that because maybe he wants. We're gonna do an episode.
No, I'll go in detail. Okay. We can mention it. So going back and forth from Chicago to Utah, he would stay with some relatives. He would stay in homeless shelters, foster care, crack houses. he was constantly around like drugs and violence. So he thought of how he can turn that into a positive note with drugs. He became a pharmacist. He went to pharmacies. I don't know if you call it pharmacy school, but he became a pharmacist. Working in pharmacy just felt like it wasn't as fulfilling, even though financially maybe it was, just in his soul it wasn't. Then went into culinary school, finished culinary school, started up a food truck serving Italian food, wanted to go a different route, then went with soul food. He grew up with a family of 10 that was taken care of by his grandmother. I don't know his full story, so maybe we're going to try to get him on the podcast, actually. He can tell his whole story. But we were talking to him. He started this restaurant 9 months before the pandemic hit.
Yeah, that's what we said. So
that
was rough.
That's rough. So while he had to shut down, he wrote a book. He wrote a few books. And most of them were children's books, but he wrote one book, and it was called Pearls. And it was the chronicles of an interview with one of America's forgotten children. I bought the book. I can't wait to sink my teeth into it and read about his story.
You're going to eat it?
Yeah. If it's as good as it's cooking. So I'm curious about this. We talked to him a little bit. He's interested in coming on the podcast. I'd love for him to tell his whole story. I just gave you a quick 30-second rundown, but I'm sure it goes way deeper than what I just said. And I'd love to have him on the podcast. He can tell his whole story.
Yeah.
I think that would be interesting. Interesting
And
interesting
hopefully
guy.
he brings a dish or two. Yeah.
Maybe some candied yams. Who knows?
Maybe
Who knows?
I'll leave a bucket.
Maybe a bucket.
All right. Well, should we call that an episode?
Yes, yeah. So anyway, Sauce Boss, Southern Kitchen in Draper, Utah. It's a must.
2 thumbs up.
Yeah, we posted about it, and so many people were commenting like, "Oh, we love this place, and you guys should highlight this guy. He has a crazy, interesting story." I don't know if you saw some of the comments people were writing.
I did see that.
But you saw someone's like, "Hey, my daughter-in-law is
Yeah.
related to them, and he has an interesting story." I'm like, "Yeah, we kind of caught on to that, but hopefully he'll come onto the podcast." He says he's very interested in coming on, so that'd be great.
Well, all right, everybody. Thanks for listening or watching. We will catch you next week. Peace
All
out.
right, bye.